Hey, you are live. All right. What's going on, everybody? All right, let me set up my chart here. And let's go live. Let's go live on TradingView as well. Live trading analysis. And that's all we need right there. Browser. All right, hang on, guys. Just getting everything set up here. All right, perfect. There we are. Very good, very good. Hey, good morning, Graham. Yes, I did see that. Good morning, Frank. I did see that on copper. Yep, I've got the copper trade up here. And there was a lot going on with copper. And so what I did, I actually put together a new mini course for you guys. I like to put together mini courses that encompass everything that we go over in the live room and everything that we go over in the masterclass as well. And I finished editing that last night. I was up until about 2 o'clock in the morning putting that together, and that will go out to you guys today. I think I have it set for 2 o'clock to go out. It's all scheduled. So take a look at that. 2 o'clock. You should receive that to your email. Sending it out at 2 o'clock because apparently the last time I sent something out at 2 o'clock, more people opened up the email, believe it or not. But when I send it out at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, only a few of you, it's really weird. So I have to figure that out. So I'm just figuring out who opens up what and when. So if 2 o'clock is the time, I'll send it out at 2 o'clock and we'll see. We'll see who opens it up. But the, oh, Frank, there you are. I saw you went from Facebook to YouTube. China to shut down. Yeah, China to shut down smelters. Oh, wow. Man, oh, that's wild. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen there with copper. Let's turn on our TrendCloud here. Extended trend, 1 hour chart right there. Extended trend. See, we wouldn't have seen that unless you had something that followed the trend on copper there. TrendCloud picks up on that. So there you go. Extended trend there on copper, 1 hour, starting to come down. Let's get over to that opening range. $15-minute chart opening range on copper, and you can see pulling back into that fifth wave. Okay, we've got momentum on our side, right? We've got momentum cycling down. Momentum filter is down, high time frame. We want to pull back into this area here, right? There's your trend cloud right in there. That is the area that price probably wants to move. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because we are breaking out to the downside. So we actually have a good chance of copper retesting this area here as it pulls back and hits this. We're almost below, right? We're almost below the negative 100, and I went over all of this in the mini course again, right? So what is this going to do? Does this pull all the way back to here and then go down? Or does it pull back somewhere here into the opening range? In this particular case, oh, and look at that. We've got a zone right here on that 15-minute chart. Super close. We are super close to that demand zone right there. The risk to reward is much better. And look what we've got. We've also got okay, we don't have the ADR checkpoint. That's all the way up here. But we do have some resistance levels near this supply zone here. Let's see if we went short right here. We can afford that. That's definitely affordable. We can take a shot at it there. We can take a shot at the very top part. Let's see. We can take a shot at the very top part here of that demand zone. I mean, of that opening range, right? 175. This is a really nice rejection candle. This is the better area. This is definitely the better area right here. You guys see that? Why is this the better area? This is a drop-based drop that breaks structure. We've got a little resistance level there. Looks like previous day's close right there. Previous day's close. I really like this area much better for a reversal point. So we would have to go a little bit beyond the opening range, right? Well, Chris, but what if it comes back right in here and then leaves? Well, you know, we would have to take two shots at this. We'd have to take two shots at this in order for us to get into the trade, because it could just pull right back in, hit this stuff here, right? You know, here's that whipsaw move, right? Rally base drop right in here. Rally base drop. This is the better area. Does it go all the way back up to the top? We don't know. So we've got three levels in question here, right? Well, which one do I take? You know, well, you'd either have to, you know, you can only trade what you see. And we've got three areas here, don't we? We've got this, and we've got, you know, we've got basically, here's an ADR checkpoint. We've got this, right? I mean, this is really what, I mean, that we can't afford, right? We would have to just wait for it to hit this ADR checkpoint or wait for it to hit here. So this is looking like the best area that's protected. We can tighten this up and take two shots at this. We can take two shots at copper. Maybe the top. How about the top of this? That's 187. Okay. How about that? All right, we can take a couple of shots at this. 137.50, 137.50, but it has to pull all the way back into here. This is sort of a neutral candle too. Not sure what it's going to do. We don't know. Hey, good morning, Mariana. We're trying to get in on a good, we're trying to get a good angle here on this copper trade. And we're just going through our process, right? We're just going through our process here. It may not hit any of these points, right? It may just turn around and leave. It may just turn around and take off. The idea is, where can we take the smallest amount of risk so that we don't leave ourselves open to a ton of risk while we are trying to get in on this trade? Because we know we've got momentum on our side. It's got to pull down to here on the higher time frame. We are extended, okay? And in order for this to reverse, the strategy is to take the retest of the opening range, right? I really like this level right here, but we don't know. We don't know which one is going to work. So we just have to leave it. We can take a couple of shots at that. The fact that this has not crossed below negative 100 yet leads me to believe we're not in full downward, a full downward momentum. We don't have full momentum yet on that middle time frame. And all of this in here is sideways movement, very difficult. The more I look at it, the more I don't like that area. Golly. You got to just trade what you see. We've got the previous day's close in here, right? Take a look. Previous day's close inside of a supply zone. I don't know, guys. That looks like the better choice. That looks like the better choice. Take a look. Let's drag this across. Take a look at this drop base drop right here. Hit once. Didn't break any structure. Came back, ripped through all of it. Look how it retested. Look at how it retested that full candle there, that drop candle. This structure here that it broke is not that significant. It's not that significant here because this is structure that was formed in a sideways movement. I think we have a really good chance of getting in on this zone or somewhere in here. Okay. I'd rather take a chance on this. I'd rather take a chance on this and this because of all the evidence that we have. And that, my friends, is how you have to go through your process to take the best trades, right? To take the best trades. It's all a matter of risk, right? And we've got a really nice risk. I mean, look at the risk to reward here. $137 risk. Look where the very first ADR checkpoint is. Right there. $1,000. Holy schmoly. $137 risk and $1,000 reward. That is asymmetrical leverage. Okay, that is what's called asymmetrical leverage. And if you go through your process, make sure you have a process, right? TrendCloud is an entire process with visual reference points on your chart. So it's going to give you an edge. And remember, an edge can just be a small edge. We want everything to be a monumental edge, right? Nice, strong candle forming here. Okay. Okay. Coming back up. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Here we go. Pulling back. So we broke to the downside. Now we're probably going to break to the upside. Do we hit that level? You know, again, we may have to take a couple of swings at this. So right there, that was the area that we were kind of looking at, right? That was the area. So we'd be in this trade right now. We'd be in this trade right now. And remember, our stop loss was, basically where this begins. But we were kind of right there with our stop loss. Very interesting. See how we called the shots there? See how we called the shots? Because we had very specific reference points. So the trade is actually working right now. All right. But, it's working right at this very second. But will it go higher? Again, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We can only trade what we see and apply our process. So it looks like it's retesting this momentum, this TrendCloud momentum signal right here, right? It is retesting this signal and the opening range. Retesting the signal and the opening range here. Come on, take this one. Here's the second. What is this? Previous day's high. Do we take two shots at this? Can we pull this back? No, we can't. See, we have to keep this. We've got to keep this. We'll take two shots at it. We'll keep it at 150. And then we'll take the next one. We'll take the next one on a down signal, maybe. Either here, we can take a shot at it here, or here. All right, we'll give it a $150 risk. See if we can make this trade. Okay, there we go. Turning into a green candle. Cycling back up. Okay, we're on the 15-minute chart. This is a drop-based drop with previous days, with that level of support there. Resistance. Oh, excuse me. Previous day's close. Come on, hit that previous day's close and reverse right there. So far we were right about that, about that first one, but it's not the most powerful, is it? Not the most powerful zone that we can find. It's really not fresh, and it's more of that consolidation area. But isn't it interesting that it's interesting that we saw a reaction, right? We saw a little bit of a reaction there. I'm going to turn that gray. But discussing the trade and calling the shots as it's happening is really good practice. So if you're doing that, if you're at home and you are calling the shots like that, you're getting there. You're getting there. Okay. Hey, I found this supply zone. Price is going to come into this area, maybe give a little bit of a bounce, and then it's going to go to the next one, which is right here. And I'm all set up for the trade. Okay. Then that's going to take some time. All right, let's let that play out. We will let that play out. Let's take a look at gold. What's happening with gold? Wow, same thing. Gold, super extended. Cycling down, momentum is down. Gold is pretty strong here. Gold is pretty strong because we've got the CCI below negative 100 there as well. But man, it just doesn't want to stop, does it? We're into that seventh wave. Got a nice crossover, retesting here the opening range. My, oh my. Where do we take this trade? Look how it pulled back and retested that 15-minute trend cloud. Nice candle right here. Man, I wish we were looking at that. Okay. 4:30 in the morning. Here's that 7:15 candle right here. Wow. That would be another retest. Okay. That would be another retest of that area. Let's see. Okay, so does gold pull back into sort of this consolidated area here? 100 and let's do 120, $120 risk, 3 contracts. Make that red. So you can see how this pullback here is searching, it's searching for supply, right? Cycling down. Momentum filter is down. Below negative 100 on CCI, okay? And pulling back into this area. Does it pull back? It ricocheted, right? It just bounced off of that 15-minute trend cloud beautifully. Bounced off that 15-minute trend cloud. We've got all this consolidation here. How far back does it go? Does this make another attempt to the upside here? A lot of people buying gold. A lot of people buying gold. That's why that 4-hour chart is looking like that. So, we don't know, right? We don't know. So at this point, we're making observations and we're applying a strategy. And that's all you can do. We've got our map, right? We've got our map, we've got our trend cloud mapping out price action, and we are trying to make a logical strategic decision. Okay. Extended trend means that we've got to this has to fail soon. We're cycling down. We've got momentum down, all in the high time frame with an extended trend, and starting to pull back. 1 hour chart. We've got that trend cloud crossover, cycling down, momentum below negative 100. That gives us the green light to take entries on supply zones on those lower time frames. Where is the supply zone now? Which one is it going to be? That is the level of uncertainty you won't know. So that's the level of uncertainty that you have to get comfortable with. We don't know which one is going to work. We don't know which one's going to work. We can only trade what we see and make the best decisions, right? So we've got this consolidation area here. There's TrendCloud. If we pull back on this, we could see this is what we've got in question here. And it's making a really nice reaction. See how it's making a faster reaction off of this supply zone because CCI is already below negative 100. Whereas on copper, retesting again. Whereas on copper, the pullback, we are not quite in the strongest middle time frame downtrend. Interesting, right? This is a really great lesson, guys. This is showing you the power of that CCI indicator and why we use it in our process, right? Gold making a stronger reaction to the downside because we've already got that downward momentum. Okay. Nice little $120 risk. And on copper, we've got our risk set on copper as well. 150. All right. Giving it some room, right? It's only a few ticks. 4 ticks, right? Is that 1, 2, 3? Okay, 3 ticks above. Whoops, 3 ticks above the supply zone. It's either going to work or it's not going to work, right? Your first loss is your best loss, right? We don't want to approach any zone like this. Oh, just here. Just risk it. Risk it all, Risk both zones. There you go. It's got to work somewhere in there. Wrong. Definitely don't do that, okay? Definitely don't do that. Your first loss is your best loss. Because if this decides to rip through all of this, you're going to lose all that profit that you made. It's best to take a couple of shots at it. Small risk until you hit, right? So it's okay. Small loss, scratch trade, big win. Small loss, big win. Remember? That's what you got to look at it that way. You have to look at it that way. The best way to do it. That is the best way to do it. And I have been down that road, guys. So trust me on that. Take the small risk. Don't grab your stop loss and bring it all the way up here and sort of encompass the entire, zones there. Let's jump over to crude oil here. And let's see what's going on with micro crude oil. Micro crude oil. Go to the 5-minute chart, and we have to use the 5-minute opening range. There we go. Okay, so Let's see here. 5-minute opening range. What's going on? Breaking out to the upside. Okay. All right. Uptrend. Wow. Very strong cycle. Momentum filter is up above positive 100. Cycling up here, coming into that. Wow. We're ripping through this curve zone on crude oil. We are ripping through this curve zone on crude oil early in the trend, right? This is forming. This is still forming the number one wave to the upside. And remember, we were in sideways movement. That's why we did this, right? There's your sideways. So is it going to turn around from here? Maybe it peaks up just a little bit because we're in that sideways movement. It is breaking out to the upside inside of this high time frame curve zone. Very strong to the upside. I would not want to go short here until I saw some break of structure. But the move is definitely up. And we are at 80. Wow. We are at 80. Crude oil pulled back to 79.65 right here. Pulled right back into TrendCloud, made a nice move up. So we're actually entering the third wave on that middle time frame, right? Third wave on that middle time frame. Yep. Do we take the pullback? Do we take the pullback here? Look at how the 5-minute chart became extended, pulled back, recalculated, and continued the move up. Perfect example. Oh, sorry, Graham. Do you see DXY? Oh, do you use the DXY to see gold? No, I don't use that, Graham. I don't use that. I kind of I've got the 3 time frames and I'm just using that. I will check that out though. Thank you for that, Graham. I'll check out DXY and I'll have to research that because I don't know how to use DXY. So many things to learn. I'll research that though. I'll do some YouTube researching on DXY for gold. I think I did a quick YouTube video on buying gold and silver quite recently. Okay, so we're pulling back into the opening range. All these TrendCloud signals worked beautifully this morning, right? What was this? 7:30 in the morning, 8:20 in the morning, and 9:05. We're finally getting a pullback. I'd like to wait for this cycle to pull back a little deeper. Okay, we're at the top of the cycle here on these charts. So we might be getting ready, to make a correction into, some major level of support and resistance, which is down here, right? Down here. Or inside of this box. Let's box that out. Green. Green. Wow, we still didn't get into anything. Holy cow, I can't believe it. Oh, gold took off without us. Gold took off without us. That's the power of that CCI. That's the power of that CCI. Look at that. Pulled into that 15-minute trend cloud and said, later. All right. We can get rid of that. Man, oh man. That would have been a really nice trend cloud signal to take right at 8:45. Copper. Let's see. Go back to that 15-minute. Look at that. Copper took our first entry, at least for now. At least for now. Now load up the DXY and I'll see. Now load DXY and you'll see why. Let's see. Very interesting there. Okay, so if we took this trade, we'd be all happy right now. We're making money. But, you know, it's not a fresh zone. It already ripped through that. Meh. We don't have the, we're not below negative 100 yet. You know, we'll wait. We'll be patient. We'll be patient. Let's see. Okay, so gold to the downside. And then, let's see, how can we do this? Let's go here and put, here, let's put DXY up here. Let's see. Let's see what Graham's talking about here. DXY. Oh, okay. I'm not even sure which one to use. US dollar index. So I guess if the dollar is up, if the dollar is up, gold's going down. It's an inverse relationship, right? So if you're looking at gold and you see this thing ripping to the upside, futures, let's see. FINRA. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah. So if it's ripping to the if DXY is ripping to the upside, the US dollar index, right? If that's ripping to the upside, gold's probably heading down. Yeah. Very cool. Thanks, Graham. Yeah, very good stuff. So you know, it's just that acts like a filter, right? That acts like a filter as well. Okay, so let's see here. Gold, wow, yeah. Pulled back into that 15-minute trend cloud. Below negative 100 on CCI. Cycling down. Trend is down. Cycling down, high time frame. Trend is down. Momentum filter down, high time frame. Extended trend, high time frame. Boom, 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 boom. Checking all the boxes, right? Checking all the boxes. And what happened? Oh, pulled right back into this little supply zone here and ripped to the downside. Right? DXY is going up. So you got everything telling you to take the trade to the downside. All right. And we were looking at copper here because we had that extended trend here, right? Which one's it going to be? Woo, boy, sideways, man. Sideways movement there. We're going to have to be patient with copper. What's going on with silver? Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Cycling down. Momentum is down. No momentum yet, right? Bunch of mixed signals, right? Uptrends, cycling down, momentum down. Silver's a no-go. Platinum. Wait a second here. Okay. Cycling down, we're correcting, right? We are correcting into the high time frame trend cloud, right? This is a corrective move in an uptrend. We still have momentum on our side. Fourth wave pushed back up into the fifth wave. So it did run an average, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It ran an average trend, but it is pulling back into that high time frame trend cloud. We've got momentum on our side, but we haven't really made the crossover yet on that middle time frame. So we could be early. We could be early. Yeah, we could have a shot. We could have a shot at this right here, right? Could have a shot at that. Let's put a alert. Let's add an alert. PLJ. Supply zone. Hit. Crossing up. There we go. Okay, we set an alert there. If it pulls back and hits this area, but my goodness, it really just took off. So platinum, very strong. I mean, look at we're below negative 200. Again, the power of CCI. The power of CCI. Below negative 200. And what did it do? It formed a couple of trend cloud signals. 5:15 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. And this, I mean, this is a really long candle that you would have gotten in right here. That's no good. But this is a beautiful candle right here, 8 o'clock in the morning. Nice rip to the downside. So we could retest. We could retest this area here on a pullback. But man, what a move down. What a move down. Okay. Let's see, 945. Micro S&P. What's going on, Micro S&P? How are you? Okay, we formed the opening range. Pulling back, right? Pulling back. We're kind of early, right? We recalculated. So this is one correction. We're actually forming the second wave on the high time frame. And look at this rejection candle here. There's a lot of buyers. There's a lot of buyers hiding out in here. There's a lot of buyers hiding out in there. Pulling back. We are pulling back. Look at this on that 1 hour chart, right? Retesting this area here. Micro S&P. Previous day's low is all the way down here. Do we take the middle of this? Take a chance? Uptrend, uptrend. Momentum. We don't have momentum here, but we still have the momentum. We still have enough energy in the middle time frame here, right? We've got enough energy in that middle time frame. We could wait, okay? So this whole area here is in question, right? Previous day's low, we can take a shot at that, we can take a shot at that previous day's low and give this some room. $200. We're right on top of that. We're right on top of that other checkpoint. We're right on top of that other checkpoint there. Now we're starting to break below. Good. We're starting to. So look how momentum has shifted here. Momentum has shifted here. We've got a whole bunch of momentum to the downside. Not sure about that, guys. We're really momentum has now shifted. So now we've got high time frame momentum, and we've got that middle time frame momentum. Pulling back. Retesting that area there. What if we jump out to the 5-minute chart here? $15-minute. We've got a zone here on the 15-minute, don't we? Let's take a look. Drop base rally, break structure. Okay, ripping through that previous day's low there. Are we heading for an ADR checkpoint? Deep pullback. This thing's like a freight train, ripping through that. Pulling back into this, demand zone. Broke through. We broke through that. Got a lot of momentum to the downside, So momentum is against us. We're in this uptrend. We're seeing these demand zones. It's now a question of what do we do here? Well, Momentum is against us. We've got the trend. We've got some nice demand zones, but the pullback is a mixed signal now, right? It's against our rules. Boy, a parabolic movement like this, we really wanted to hit some kind of checkpoint before we make a decision. Now we're below the negative. We're below the below negative 200 now. A lot of force to the downside. 1 hour trend, we're below trend cloud, right? And what happened here? Let's take a look at that high time frame. So we were high on the curve here on that 4 hour chart. Retesting that area. And we're getting a very strong reaction out of that high time frame curve. Right? And I drew it like this. Guys, because I didn't get fancy with it. Here's the market edge. Resistance, 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 resistance. Breaks through that resistance. That's, we like that. And then it ripped all the way to the downside and could be heading for this high time frame, right? The 50 simple on the 4 hour. Okay, let's get rid of that. Ripped through that. Heading for that 50 simple. ADR checkpoint is right below it. We're entering this drop-based drop. Okay. We've got a drop-based drop. Oh, I'm sorry. A drop-based rally. We're heading for that drop-based rally. We're in there. Looks like we're ripping through that. Almost heading for that ADR checkpoint. So you see how I avoided, you can have a trade set up and then you can start looking at it and say, oh, wow, look, momentum has shifted before it hits my entry. Once the rules are starting to get violated and you're not in the trade yet, get out. If you're in the trade and then your trading rules start to go against you, then it's like, okay, well, you're in the trade already. You've got to wait and see. But if the rules get violated before you get into that trade, then you just got to step out. Remember, we're following a very specific trade plan, guys, right? So we can't just apply the rules and use the rules sometimes and then on other times, oh, I got a feeling, don't do that. That's how we stay consistently profitable. That's how we stay consistently profitable. What's going on with copper here? All right. So copper is kind of doing the sideways dance, right? It's still doing this sideways dance. This is the better zone. That's what we identified. That's where we're going to leave it. We did have a nice little entry there that made a little bit of money if we took that shot, but it really wasn't the best looking zone. Gold, right? TrendCloud signals worked pre-market and right at 7:15 in the morning. Real nice move to the downside. And we had all of the factors, right? Downtrend. We had the momentum on the high time frame. We also had the momentum on the middle time frame. That's starting to shift. That's okay. Let's see. Let's go over micro Dow. Four-hour chart is up. Wow, micro Dow is almost at that first ADR checkpoint. Micro Dow ripping to the downside. Hitting all the stops. MES. Okay, looks like it's starting to make a reaction here. Wanted to go a little deeper, but you'll never know, right? It's not our setup, right? It's not our setup. We want this pullback to take place while CCI is still above, still anywhere above that negative 100, right? Break above positive 200, positive 100, great. Pulls back into a demand zone without violating that red line. And in this case, it did. So we got to walk away. NASDAQ. NASDAQ 15-minute chart went extended. Pulls back super deep. Wow, NASDAQ 4-hour chart is kind of wonky looking, isn't it? Kind of sideways, in a sideways movement, right? Here's the high, swing low, and we've got a whole bunch of sideways movement here. Heading for that ADR checkpoint. Heading for that ADR checkpoint in this sideways movement. Russell. Wow. Okay, so the Russell has already hit that second ADR checkpoint. Very, very strong move to the downside on the Russell. The Russell, look at how nice it would be to take the retest of the opening range here on the Russell. We've got everything pointing in our direction here on the Russell for that retest, don't we? Retest of the opening range. Where's the full Monty here? Where do we want to be? And then look at that. You've got a 1 hour. You've got a 1 hour zone right here on the 1 hour chart, right? Basically right there. Huh. Are we on the right contract? Wait a second here. What's going on here? Where are we at here? Hold on a second, guys. What contract are we on with the indexes? Did it cross over? Let me go over to the CME. Hold on a second. Markets, equity index. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. We're on the M. We're on the M contract. I didn't update it. I saw some mouse tracks. You know, whenever you see little mouse tracks like this, you're like, hey, wait a second. M2KM. M2KM. There we go. Yeah, same thing. Pretty much the same thing. All right. Make sure you guys update your charts to the M contract on your indexes. But same thing. All right. I will update that. All right, guys. Top of the hour, 10 a.m. here. Good job, everybody. What's that, Graham? Biden jumpstarts electric vehicle push. Lithium loan. Wall Street Journal. I love reading the Wall Street Journal. But I like holding it in my hand. I like holding the paper in my hand. Okay, so I'm going to manage the copper trade here. That looks like the one. That looks like the one trade. Platinum looking good as well. Got a nice looking retest on platinum here. Possibly. Almost have that crossover. We've almost got the crossover. So this would be a real early play on platinum. Let's put that up. Let's post that in case we make it. I wouldn't place anything else. Those are the trades. Platinum and copper. I will manage that, guys, and see. All right. Excellent. Well, good job, guys. Very good. All right, Frank. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good deal. All right, guys, I'm going to go edit some more videos. Hey, take a look for that mini course. I'm sending that out to you guys. I'm sending it out to the entire group around 2 o'clock. That should go out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, everybody. Take care. Thanks, Mariana. Thanks, Graham.